Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Learn English Online. Today we are going to discuss quotation marks, which is related to our punctuation mark series. So let's get started. It's important to know that quotation marks are just like bookends which works in pairs. So quotation marks indicate direct quotations and they also enclose the exact words of a speaker, which are also used in few other situations like direct and indirect speech. Let's move forward. Quotation marks are used for enclosing the exact words of the speaker, which means that we use quotation marks to enclose the exact or authentic words that are spoken by the speaker, because these marks show the start and end of speaker's words during conversation. Observe the following example here. Alex said, "You are invited in the party." Here the speaker's words "you are invited in the party" are enclosed in quotation marks because they show the start and end of speaker's exact words. Let's move forward. It is important to note that quotation marks are also used for acknowledging sources. Whenever a fact is reported from another source, then it must be enclosed in the exact quoted words within quotation marks, which means that whenever we will report a specific fact from another source, then we must enclose it in the exact quoted words within quotation marks, because the quotation marks will show that the words are not our own creation. They are the exact creation of the author. Observe the following example here. According to a movie critic, the film's special features are completely creative and mind-boggling. What we understand from this example is that the referenced or factual details are enclosed in quotation marks, as we are acknowledging the sources through quotation marks, which is completely creative and mind-boggling, as it is the exact quote of movie critic, as we have reported from an authentic source, so we have placed it in quotation marks. Let's move forward. Quotation marks are also used for identifying titles of short works, which means that we can use quotation marks for identifying titles. They are used for identification of titles of short works such as short stories, essays, poems, songs, or book chapters, which means that we can use quotation marks for titles of short stories, essays, poems, songs, and book chapters. For books or complete longer works, italics are also used. For example, they sang "O Canada" before the hockey game. What we understand from this example is that "O Canada" is the title of the song which they sang before the hockey game. In the second example, in lesson 2, we will read the poem "The Road Less Traveled." Here we understand that the title of the poem read by the students in lesson 2 was "The Road Less Traveled," so that it was quoted in quotation marks as it was representing the title. Let's move forward. We will also use quotation marks for emphasizing a word in a sentence. When we have to emphasize a specific word in our conversation, then we can use quotation marks for this purpose. Observe the following example here. My younger brother drives me crazy because he uses the word brilliant all the time. As it is evident in the example here that a specific word is driving the speaker crazy, which is brilliant, so we will place quotation marks at the start and end of the word brilliant. So whenever we have to point out a word or phrase, then we will use quotation marks. Let's move forward. Quotation marks are also used for enclosing a technical term and for defining a word. So it means that we can enclose a technical term in quotation marks, and we can also use quotation marks for defining any specific word. Observe the following examples here. In the first example, in poetry, alliteration means the repetition of beginning letters of words. So whenever we are using a technical term in our writing, we will always enclose it in quotation marks. As a result, you can see that the word alliteration has been enclosed in quotation marks. Observe the second example here. It is interesting that the word piano means soft. So which means that we will use quotation marks for defining words such as piano, which means soft, and the word piano and its meaning, which are soft, are enclosed in quotation marks. Let's move forward. So let's observe and understand the role of quotation marks while we are using quotations within quotations with quotation marks. If we need to put a quote inside another quotation, then we will use single quotation marks. Observe the following example here. Jane said, "I distinctly heard Dad's reply no when John asked if he could have the car," which means that the part of a sentence starting from "I distinctly heard Dad's reply no when John asked if he could have the car" is a full quotation, which means that the part of sentence after Jane said is full quotation enclosed in quotation marks. Observe word no, which is a quote inside this quotation. So we have used single quotation marks for enclosing it. Let's move forward. Let's discuss the rules of punctuation for punctuating quotation marks. We will always put a comma or another form of punctuation between the quotation and the speaker. It is important to note that we will always apply punctuation beside the last word in the first part of the sentence. So if the quotation comes first, then we will apply comma inside the quotation. Observe the following example. Here we will buy a new car, which is a quotation with quotation marks, and we will place comma between the quotation and the speaker. If the speaker comes first, then we will place comma before the beginning of a quotation. Observe the following example here. Here speaker has arrived first, so we will put a comma before the beginning of a quotation. It is important to note that the quotation will always begin with a capital except if it is broken in half by the speaker, which means that quotation will not start with small letters if it is a full sentence spoken by the speaker as quote. In other words, if a quotation is not broken in half by the speaker, then we will start it with a capital letter. So we will always start a quotation with a capital letter, and we will start a quotation with a small letter only if it is broken in half by the speaker. Observe the following examples. Here we will buy a car soon, John stated. Here a quotation has been a full sentence spoken by John. So we will begin it with capital letter W. After John stated the first quote, we can observe in his second quote that is spelled in half by John. So we have started it with small letter, and as it is evident that it is split it in half by starting with "and then we will go on long drives." As a result, we have started it with small letter enclosed in quotation marks. Let's move forward. We will always place quotation marks and exclamation marks inside if they are part of the quotation or they are part of the main sentence, which means that whenever the question mark or exclamation mark is part of the quotation, then we will place it inside the quotation marks. Whenever the question mark or exclamation mark is part of main sentence but not the quotation, then they will be placed outside the quotation marks. Observe the following examples here. In the first example, Alex approached John and asked, "Are you ready for group study today?" We can see the question mark being placed inside the quotation marks because it is part of quotation, as the quotation itself is a question. Observe the second example here. Did the professor really say you don't have any projects over spring break? In this example, the question mark has been placed out of this quotation mark because the question mark is part of main sentence and not the quotation. So let's move forward. For ending the punctuation or for using the punctuation at the end like full stop, we will always place full stop inside the quotation if it is the last part of the sentence. Observe the following example here. A small girl said sweetly, "I love chocolates." As you can see in the last line that the full stop has gone inside the quotation mark in American punctuation, while in British punctuation we will always apply full stop outside of the quotation marks. So this is it for today. See you in the next video. Just stay tuned with Let's Learn English Online for more informative videos. And don't forget to subscribe the channel.